We've been waiting for a play like that at Husky Stadium.
Probably for a while. I got my first pick at Michigan State, and then I know last week I made a big play, but I was like, man, I need something to make the crowd like go crazy for a while. So I'm happy I got to do that today, especially in a moment like that for sure.
It looked like you saw it right away. And stepped in front of him really quick. Did you think it was coming that way?
Well, they just had shown like doing that a lot and motioning the guy, and I think they were just trying to kind of lull me to sleep because they kept doing that, but they had never once thrown it yet. And credit Coach Morel just putting me in that position and making that call to where I could be in that spot to make that play.
What were you reading before the snap? Were you just gonna follow him?
Like I said, they just do that a lot. They were like a lot of formation were into like the boundary, and they would always motion one guy. So it's my job, in that scenario to take him. But for a while throughout the game, they were just motioning him, but like kind of just running him off. And I could just tell by the demeanor of number 7 that he would just he looked a little more like determined. I was like, oh, okay. Like usually if the motion guy is going, he looks a little locked in. He might be getting the ball. So yeah, he just stemmed out. My technique that I work on every single day, and I've been working on since the off season. All that. Just I guess when preparation meets opportunity.
What was going through your head when the offense just continued to sputter and you guys basically had to carry the entire game?
Don't blink, don't flinch. There's been plenty of times. I guess you guys know the offense have helped us out a lot. I'm just happy we got to return the favor in a key, crucial game like this. Coming off of how we were last week. We wanted to build on that. So we were really grateful that we got to get the job done.
When you were going down the field, did you know the quarterback is the only guy who had a shot at you?
I didn't really know. I remember I just started running, and then I was just like, Coach Morales says, if you get caught by the quarterback, it's an issue. So I almost I was going, and then I seen him, and I was like, I can't get caught. And I think he clipped me a little bit, but I was like, come on, we can't fall like this. So I'm just grateful, God kept my legs strong enough for that play.
You didn't look up at the big screen, see who's following you?
No, I didn't really play that much of a offensive side in high school. I remember Thaddeus, I think you guys saw his pick 6 versus Cal, but he got called back. But he told me when you're a really good returner, you'll look at the big screen. I'm not of that caliber yet. So hopefully, get more opportunities like that. Maybe I'll start looking at the big screen.
This was a similar question last week, but were you surprised they went for it there?
No, that's a team that, I guess you guys don't get to see the tape on them, but, we watching them, once they get past probably about the 50-yard line, they have a really good running back at number 4, and that's the same offensive coordinator from Oregon last year, their head coach now, and they went for 4th down all the time. We played them last year. We played Oregon last year, so we were expecting it. They were a really formationally sound team. They threw a lot of stuff at us that, I think we were really surprised with. We respect them a lot for that.
When was the last time you scored a touchdown? You can recall.
I used to play for the CD Panthers. I remember I was probably like 10 years old. Yeah. I was like, the Central District Panthers, shout out to them. But yeah, no, they had me play like tight end. I remember I caught like a corner route and I stiff armed 2 guys and I scored. So that's probably right at Judkins Park. So that's probably the last time I scored a touchdown.
After the game, you ran down and leapt into the stands. Was that spontaneous? Or?
Oh, I actually stole that from Alex Cook. So shout out to AC because I remember we beat Cal 2021 year.
Yeah.
That fumble stop in overtime. And I remember I saw him jump off into the crowd. He had a really cool picture, and I was like, hey, if I get an opportunity to do that, I'm for sure going to jump into the crowd, for sure.
Obviously, a very strange game. The offense doesn't normally play like that. You guys are down for a long time. What was the feeling like on the sideline where you guys are tested in a way that you haven't really been to this point?
Don't blink, don't flinch. There's going to be times where you get tested, and there's going to be times where you're down all the way up until, you're not down. So I would just say just the mindset that we had of, just continue to do our job. We knew our offense was going to come through us eventually. We just knew that control we can control. All we control is, often they go out there and we're on defense, don't let them score. So that's all we did.
It seems like a couple of times this season you've been inches close to getting a pick. Was that kind of a statement by you that, hey, I'm not only going to get the pick, but I'm going to make it count?
I guess you could say that, yeah, because the first interception I got, they got on me because I didn't gain any yards. I think I went the wrong way and dove on the ground because I was just it was my first one, so I was trying to secure it, make sure, no fumbling. So it was good that the second one got to be a pick 6 for sure.
What is it about Arizona State?
Man, I couldn't tell you. They always give us a good game. Every time I've been here, I remember 2021, it was pouring down rain. I think the last time we beat them was 2018. I think the year before that, they didn't win that game. I don't know. They're just a really good team, They've had different coaches, different players, but, they have a really good game against the Huskies. I'm just happy, we got to snap that little losing streak that we had with them.
Does this give you any pause? Last week's game was a great game against a great team. This is not a great team. Do you feel like every good team needs a week like this to work it out, or do you worry?
I mean, I would say Arizona State, you know, they've actually had a lot of close games. You know, they're in a tight game with USC. That's a top team you see. They're a really good team. You know, I just think they weren't finishing at the end. But if you look at a lot of those games, you know, they're in towards the last second. They got to be in 2-minute offense. They're just not finishing. So, you know, they're a few plays away from their record. I don't know what their record is now, but it could be the complete opposite. So, you know, I would just say, you know, it's just a blessing, you know, that I was able to make a play like that. But that's just a great team. You know, that's a really good team, solid team. Any team in the Pac-12 right now, it's really competitive right now. So I would say any team, any game we play, you know, counts and it's really important.
When you played ASU a year ago, your secondary was totally injured, and there's all kinds of random people playing. And, how much different does it feel right now, where Jabbar's making plays, EJ had a good game,
Right.
you're playing this way? How much more confidence do you guys have as a group right
I
now?
would just say a lot of confidence. I would say it kind of just started, you know, in the offseason. You know, when Jabbar first got here, Thaddeus got out here, EJ is here. You know, we just really harped on, you know, we wanted to get back to the name of, you know, being DBU out here. You know, I think last year was kind of like a down year, you know, but that's not the standard that we set here. I was here with the coaches before that, and I remember that was the standard, and I know the players, that's their standard. So I just wanted to uphold that, you know, for my guys and just, you know, continue to work. So I would just say I'm grateful to have Jabbar here. You know, EJ, you know, I know he's getting more confident every single day. I think he had probably like 4 or 5 pass breakups today. Like, I know I made a big play, but, you know, he was making big plays left and right, and I'll just credit to him, you know, his work ethic. He's continually grinding and, you know, pushing to be great. So, you know, I just appreciate everybody.
Do you remember the Mason Foster pick six?